You're on the highway. Blowout. You pull over, pop the trunk, and reach for the spare tire that should be there. It's not. Just a foam can and a flimsy air compressor staring back at you. Welcome to 2025, where 1 in 3 new cars ships without a spare tire. Not because it fell off the assembly line, because someone at corporate decided you don't need one. This isn't about safety. It's about CAFE standards, battery placement, and shaving costs. Let's break down what's really happening under that empty cargo mat and who's profiting from your roadside panic. The fuel economy shell game CAFE regulations in the U.S. now demand fleet-wide averages of 49 miles per gallon by 2026. Miss that target? Ford pays roughly $550 for every 0.1 mpg they fall short, multiplied by total units sold. Do the math on 2 million F-150s, and you're looking at fines in the hundreds of millions. A full-size spare jack and wrench weigh between 35 and 50 pounds depending on the vehicle. Ditch that, and you're cutting curb weight without redesigning a single panel. Lighter car, better MPG, smaller fine. Simple. The EPA doesn't care if you're stranded with a sidewall blowout at 11 p.m. They care about grams of CO2 per mile. This isn't engineering genius, it's regulatory arbitrage. Automakers aren't solving the fuel economy problem with better engines or lighter materials across the board. They're just removing parts you paid for and calling it efficiency. The battery land grab. Open the trunk of a 2023 Toyota Prius or a Ford Escape Hybrid. See that flat floor? Underneath sits a nickel-metal hydride or lithium-ion battery pack, occupying the exact footprint where the spare used to live. Battery packs need low, central placement for crash safety and weight distribution. Spare tire wells are prime real estate. But here's the part they don't advertise. Most hybrid batteries could be packaged differently. Tesla puts theirs in a skateboard platform. BMW fits batteries under the rear, seats in some models. The tire well is just the cheapest option. Redesigning the chassis costs money. Deleting the spare costs nothing. Manufacturers will tell you it's about maximizing interior space or preparing for an electric future. What they mean is they didn't want to spend $400 per unit retooling the floor pan. So they took the shortcut, and you lost a critical piece of safety equipment in the process. Run flats, the expensive consolation prize. If you bought a BMW 3 Series or a Chevy Corvette after 2020, you probably got run-flat tires instead of a spare. These have reinforced sidewalls rated for 50 miles at 50 mph after total air loss. Sounds great, until you price a replacement. A standard tire for a Honda Accord runs about $120. A run-flat for a BMW 330i, $250 to $400 each. They wear faster, ride harsher, and can't be repaired if the puncture exceeds a quarter inch. That's the trade-off. You get to limp to a shop, but you'll pay double. When you get there. Run flats exist because luxury buyers won't tolerate a donut spare ruining the look of their trunk. It's aesthetic rent-seeking disguised as innovation. The tire companies love it. Dealers love it. You're paying $600 extra every 30,000 miles because the manufacturer didn't want to include a $75 wheel. The foam kit scam. Most mainstream cars now ship with a tire mobility kit. It's a can of sealant and a 12-volt air pump. Retail cost to the manufacturer? About $15 replacement cost to you, $30 to $50, depending on the brand. These kits work on one scenario, a small nail puncture in the tread, less than a quarter inch with no sidewall damage. Hit a pothole and crack the rim? Useless. Blow out a sidewall on a highway expansion joint? Useless. Run over a screw at an angle? Probably useless. The fine print on most kits says they're temporary solutions and recommends professional repair within 100 miles. What they don't mention, many tire shops won't patch a tire that's been filled with sealant because the goo contaminates their equipment. You end up buying a new tire anyway, plus a tow. The kit isn't a solution, it's liability theater. The real bottom line. Eliminating the spare saves automakers between $100 and $200 per vehicle in parts and assembly labor. That's pure margin. Multiply that by annual production volumes, and you're looking at $500 million in profit for a company like GM or Toyota. They're not passing those savings to you. The 2024 Honda Civic starts at $25,050. The 2015 Civic, adjusted for inflation, cost about $2,800. You're paying the same price for less equipment. No spare, no CD player, no physical handbrake. Just cost cuts dressed up as modernization. This is planned obsolescence by subtraction. They've turned a flat tire from a 20-minute inconvenience into a $150 tow and a half day at the shop. And they've convinced half the industry it's progress. What you can do? Check your trunk before you drive off the lot. If there's no spare, ask the dealer to price one as an add-on. A full-size spare kit for a Mazda CX-5 runs about $350 aftermarket. That's cheaper than 2 tow bills. If you're stuck with run flats, budget for replacement every 25,000 miles. And avoid potholes like your suspension depends on it. If you've got a foam kit, test it in your driveway so you're not learning how to use it in the rain on the shoulder of I-95. And if you're shopping for a car, ask about the spare before you negotiate price. It's one of the few areas where you still have leverage. Some brands, like Subaru and Jeep, still include spares as standard. Vote with your wallet. The spare tire didn't vanish because of innovation. It vanished because fuel economy fines, battery packaging shortcuts, and margin optimization all pointed in the same direction. You're the one paying for it. Don't let them pretend it's a favor. Check your trunk. Know what? You're missing. Drive accordingly.